Doom Eternal is probably one of my favorite games now. It has a way of making you feel good at the game, even if you're below average, and it makes you feel like the god of badasses. Because my god, if it doesn't make you feel amazing. The combat is the fastest I have seen in any video game. Your double jump, dash, and meat hook allow you to get from point A to point B very fast. It's quite worrying that this is what I find the most satisfying thing in the world. But everything in the game is a dopamine factory. I played the entire game on hard mode, or ultra violence, and as of current I'm going through my nightmare run. It was a hard game, but the longest I've ever spent on an encounter was 20 minutes, minus the final boss. Everything about it is rewarding. I never felt like I wasn't having fun. The system requirements are staggeringly low. This game is so goddamn optimized. I can play this game full 4K, all settings high, at a steady 60 FPS with a GTX 1060. If you know anything about graphics cards, you would know this is insane. I can't play Dark Souls 3 in 4K without frame drops, and Doom here is like, yeah, I can do full 4K quality on high with the GTX 1060. This is ridiculous. The combat is complex, but really intuitive. The only reason it's complex is because of the sheer number of options you can do at one time, and you have all but one of your tools at the halfway point. Everything fits extremely and amazingly well together. It's also incredible how the game scales the difficulty. You never get a damage up. Sure, you get new weapons, but for the most part your DPS potential stays the same, at least after you get the minigun. Notice how I say potential. If you have yet to play Doom, you'd think I'm doing a lot. Here's how a good player plays.
This area is no longer secure. Evacuation protocol is in effect.
They have DPS higher than me by like 5 times, and it's not because of new equipment, it's because of skill. I love this. This means that it's not your equipment doing it for you, it's you who's improving, and it's immensely rewarding. I could imagine scaling a game off of skill alone would be hard, but I never hit a wall, or was it too easy for me? Even when it got tough, it was never annoying to die. If anything, I learned from it, knew I learned, and decided dying was fun. Everything is immensely satisfying. Tearing through the fodder demons makes you feel unstoppable. Shooting the skin and guts off of heavy demons makes you feel fantastic. Getting that glory kill on a super heavy demon? Oh my god. And those weak points, Jesus Christ, they are so satisfying to destroy. You get the nice, and you see an enemy stagger. It's amazing. The game makes you feel like you're in control, and it feels so good. One of the most important things in a combat system like this is enemy variety, and I'm happy to say there's quite a bit. The fodder demons are easy to kill and mainly there to regain resources. Half the heavy demons have a weak point, and the other half are just strong. The super heavy demons are like bosses. In fact, the first 2 bosses are super heavy demons that appear later in the game as normal enemies, and both of them have a gimmick, although the Marauder's gimmick is very hard to take advantage of while there are hordes of demons attacking you. The other super heavy demons are just really strong, especially the Archvile, my god. Bosses were underwhelming, the first 2 are fine, the third is really fun, 4th is way too easy, and the final boss is the only one I died to, and it wasn't fun. Remember this game? Remember how I hated that boss? This is along those lines, although thank God it's at the end of the game. Because it's at the end, it's definitely not a reason to not buy the game. And if you die too many times on a boss, they offer you an easy mode with a sentinel armor. I did take this for the final boss because I wasn't having fun. I wasn't having fun because the enemies in the arena are more of a threat than the boss itself. And the music. Oh my god, I'm into rock music now. I am legit listening to Bring Me the Horizon because of this game. Listen to this. Jesus Christ, I don't know what to say. It's incredible. BFG Division, the only thing they fear is you. Meat Hook and Cultist Base are all masterpieces. I may regret this later, but I think it may be better than the Outer Wilds soundtrack. But it's not as good as the Hyper Light Drifter soundtrack, come on. When you think of Doom, you may think of a hellish landscape, I'm happy to say that this only makes up a third of the game's levels, and the level design is fantastic. The exploration is fun, the optional collectibles are fine, but the upgrade materials and sentinel batteries hidden away make you kinda have to explore. The exploration is welcoming, in between the high-octane combat though. And can we talk about the pacing really quick? It's incredible throughout almost the whole game. I could not wait for the coming sections, because I knew that it was going to be combat. It's not good combat mixed with crappy puzzles and janky wall running. You can, in every instance of the game, say with certainty that there will be a combat encounter, followed by a short platforming challenge with a smidge of exploration. Pacing is all around incredible. When someone sees Doom as the title, they would probably think it's a pretty lame story, as did I, but I must say, the story is interesting at worst and epic at best. But if you're not interested in the story, you can always skip it entirely. Cutscenes are skippable, and all the lore comes from collectible documents. But I recommend the story. It also doesn't take itself too seriously. It has funny sound effects, it's got visual gags in the hub, and there's a place called the Super Gore Nest. The demons are trans-dimensional, and see demon as an offensive term, so everybody calls them mortally challenged. The campaign is 15 hours long, which in my opinion is the best length a game could have, but it leaves you wanting more. Luckily, there is more. There are 3 master levels, which are remixes of levels with different game modes, and the devs are working on adding more. I'm pretty sure one was added like a month ago. There are more difficulties, of course, with a one life mode among them, and multiplayer, which I've heard sucks, but it's got more than enough content to warrant a $60 price tag. S tier, gotta be. It's so fun. I think it's in my top 5 games, but that's a separate video. I still gotta debate whether I like it more than Outer Wilds or not. Well, Outer Wilds made me cry with the ending, and the music makes me cry now. I'm 14, I've never had sex, but I have a hard time imagining anything feels better than the Doom combat, okay? So, for now we're just gonna put it behind Outer Wilds. That might change in a separate video. I recommend this game to anyone who's into any FPS. As of having this video published, I will have completed Nightmare Mode. Ha, yay! Everybody's so excited for me, right? Subscribe, like the video. I'm working on a video about FPS games, just in general. And next review will probably be a review that the person in the comments every time, Nordgaren, recommended. So, hey, shout out to Nordgaren. Check out his YouTube channel, by the way.